took the Chiefs, the Bengals having a beat up offensive line. It took the Bengals having that for the Chiefs to beat the Bengals by 3 points at home when everything was supposed to go. They're supposed to have everything going for them.
Just like I think it would be fair to say the Bucs only beat the Chiefs because their offensive line was just absolutely decimated that year. Like that's not a slight to the Chiefs whatsoever.
I think that speaks to how special that this Bengals football team is going to be.
Right.
This is going to be the best offensive line Joe Burrow has had and the deepest offensive line that he's had. Now, obviously, we hope that depth does not get tested. But let's think about it. Even one of our best offensive linemen, and yes, I'm saying it, one of our best offensive linemen, he's not our best because the best is Orlando Brown, but one of our best offensive linemen in Lyle Collins is not even active yet.
Yeah.
He's not even active yet.
Right.
I am so excited to see Jonah Williams at right tackle this year. And he gets a hell of an opening against Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jonah with two knees that aren't dislocated. Like it's weird. I suddenly just have this inkling that maybe he's going to be a little bit better than he was at the end of last year.
But in all honesty, though, I think that we're forgetting what offensive line the Bengals rode out there in the AFC Championship. Evan knows. I know. Daniel knows. Logan. We were there. Jackson Carman at left tackle. The left guard was who was it at left guard?
Was that Sharping? Yeah.
Sharping. Center was Ted Karras. The right guard, Alex Kappa got hurt. Yeah. Jonah was hurt. Lyle was hurt. It was just a bloodbath out there. And for me, like, it would have spoke more to the deficiencies of the Kansas City Chiefs if they weren't able to take advantage of this. Hear me out. I'm here to tell you right now. You line them up, right? And we're comparing it. When I speak confidently about the Cincinnati Bengals, because I saw Joe Burrow take Trey Hopkins, Quentin Spain, Jonah Williams, Isaiah Prince,
John Jerry.
I saw. I don't think he was part of the Super Bowl team.
No, actually, no. He was the year before.
I saw him take that team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and come within seconds of finding Jamar Chase streaking down the field against Jalen Ramsey. So, Bengals fans, if this instills any confidence in you, got close to the dance. They have not yet had a sustainable offensive line, and guess what? The name of the game is health, right? Who's going to be the healthiest down the stretch? But I'm telling you, if this Bengals team can ride into the playoffs, and I know every team says this, but I genuinely believe I want to say this. If this team could ride into the playoffs with an offensive line that is functional, I think that they're going to be a hard team to beat.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a hard team to beat. I really think that when you look at it, it's very rare a team goes to the AFC Championship and then goes to the Super Bowl the first year, then goes to the AFC Championship the next year. And we all knew the one issue the Bengals had coming into the season was what? Offensive line. Going into the offseason, I'm sorry. And what did they address in the offseason? Offensive line. Don't let people rob you of what the Bengals did. People will tell you, Orlando Brown is wobble. That Orlando Brown, let's put some respect on his name. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He blocked for Lamar Jackson in his MVP season. He blocked for Patrick Mahomes and his MVP seasons. So what do we think he might do for Joe Burrow? At some point, you got to call a spade. You can't just say, it's luck. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, has blocked for 2 elite quarterbacks and led them to MVP-like seasons. What do we think the results are going to be for Joe Burrow and company? Mm-hmm. And Orlando Brown is the best left tackle the Bengals have had since Andrew. And people will tell you, it's just Orlando Brown. No, he was the number 1 rated tackle on the board, left or right. The number 1 rated tackle in free agency, and the Bengals swung big and they got him. Mm-hmm. They got their guy. So, yes, I'm inclined to believe that this Bengals football team is going to be able to produce a winner. I'm inclined to believe that this Bengals football team is going to be a hard team to beat. I'm inclined to believe that Joe Burrow could challenge for MVP, but regardless, it's not about the MVPs. It's about hoisting the Lombardi trophy. And I'm inclined to believe the city of Cincinnati will have a Lombardi trophy at the end of this year. I really believe that. I have a hard time looking at it, and this isn't me being cocky, it's me being real. I have a hard time seeing a team, and I'm done being respectful. I'm done giving teams passes. I'm done being that guy that says, the Bengals have a chance. Guess what? Chris Collinsworth said it. Hey, I'm picking the Bengals to win a Super Bowl this year. And I was called crazy. I was called a homer. I was called all these things. I'm telling you guys, the Bengals are going to be a difficult team to beat this year. If everything goes according to plan, and that's the big if, I finally feel like the Bengals offense has an identity. And I feel like they're going to be able to establish a run because of this offensive line. And I can't speak enough to how important it is to have the continuity of the same coaches still in the building. The Bengals are my Super Bowl pick. And I thank God I grew up a Bengals fan. I thank God that I'm actually in tune with this team because the outside noise, Daniel was having a great conversation with somebody the other day that isn't in Houday Nation. And they said, oh, the Bengals are just in the spotlight. They're not anything special. I think that this Bengals football team, the way it's being built, the way it's constructed, has the best shot, I think, at building a sustainable winner for the time to come. I genuinely believe this Bengals football team is going to bring the city of Cincinnati a Super Bowl this year. And it all starts with who they have at the helm and Joe Burrow, the alpha male receiver that they have in Jamar Chase. I believe it's all going to come together for them this year. I'm really, really excited. And just think about it, guys. You guys get to watch it each and every single week. For some of you that go to games as season ticket holders, you guys get to go to Paycor Stadium into the jungle and watch these things. I think that Bengals fan base is going to see something that they've never seen before this year. I think they're going to see a dominant football team produced on the field. I just wanted to get that out there because when I say these things, you get called a homer, you get called all these things. It's not that. It's just that when I look at it, I don't think the Chiefs got significantly better. I don't think the Bills got significantly better. The Jets look great on paper, but it's also the point of putting it together. The Broncos, they were off-season darlings last year, weren't able to put it together. So I'm asking myself, who is the one team that has continuity? Who is the team that has played together? Who is the team that has been battle tested and that has also been there? We've been waiting for the Bills to take the next step for years. Mm-hmm. The Bengals came in and stole the Bills' lunch money and said, hey, it's our time now.
Yep.
So for me, guys, that's why I'm so confident in the Bengals. That's why I'm so confident in the Bengals. And if you want to talk about the gap between Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes as a Super Bowl trophy, I think that gap closes this year because I think Joe Burrow gets Super Bowl #1 this year. Mark my words.